Hi, Tim Unkert here, and in this video I'm going to look at the difference between while loops and do-while loops in C++. So let's start with a while loop. And for this program, what I'm going to do is have the user enter a number and then the computer print out every number from 0 up to the number before that number. Okay, so to do that, we'll just start off with our standard file. We'll include IOStream. I'm going to say using namespace std. Now, this might not be best practiced, and we probably only should include the elements that we're using from this namespace, but for this video, just be quick and get done with it. I'm going to do it that way. We're going to have a main function. Okay, and in that main, I'm going to have an integer called I. I'll start that or initialize that variable at 0, and I'm going to have an integer called num, and we'll let the user put that in. So we're going to say cout, enter a number, and then cin, and then the number, and then we'll have our while loop. So we'll say while I is less than the number. What we're going to do is we're going to print out the number and then increment the number so we don't have an infinite loop. That's always a plus. So let's save this and compile it. So I'm going to type G++. I called this while loop.c++. Okay, so we've compiled that. I'm going to pull this up, clear this out. All right, and let me make this a little bit larger so you can see it. We got it pretty big. It's about, actually, what I can do is I can get it a little bit bigger. There we go. All right, so to run this program, just type this, enter a number. Let's first start with 45. And so you'll see that this program starts at 0 and goes up to 44, one less than the number. Now, if I type in the number 0, actually, let me run it again. If I type in the number 0, it's not going to output anything because I is already at 0, so I cannot be less than 0, so the while loop is not going to run. Okay, so now let's go back to our text editor and we'll create a new file. And I'm going to call this do-while-loop.c++. All right, and we're going to start off by including stream using namespace std. Okay, we'll have our main function. Again, we're going to have declare our integer I and initialize it to 0. And we'll declare our variable num. And now we're going to have a do-while loop. So we're going to say do. Okay, and then what we're going to do is, first let's get the user to enter what number they want. So we'll say cout, enter a number, and then cin, number. Okay, so now let's go back to our do-while loop rather. And what we're going to do is we are going to print the number and increment the number, so we're not getting an infinite loop. But at the end, we'll say while, and then we'll give a condition, while I is less than num. Okay, so you may think, well, this is probably just going to do the same thing as the previous one. So let's compile it. Oops. I get to do-while loop. Now, we got to enter a semicolon. Sorry about that. Okay, so let me just throw a semicolon here. Forgot that. All right, let's compile this. Okay, so now we'll run it. Let me clear up this stuff. And we'll run it. Okay, enter number 45. So we'll see we print 0 through 44. So far, pretty much the same. Now we're going to we'll run it again. This time we'll enter the number 0. And you notice it does print 0, even though 0 is not less than 0. So the difference with the do-while loop is between the while loop and the do-while loop is the do-while loop will run the statements in the loop at least once. Okay, the while loop doesn't have to do that. Do-while loop, it does have to run it at least once. So that's a little bit about the difference between while loops and do-while loops in C++. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications, as it really helps the channel grow. And thank you for watching. Have a great day.